Welcome. This is David Bowles, Human Meme. Today's topic: Ubiquity is the enemy of the unique. In this, our modern world, the idea of branding and fame and work and of total being is to be everywhere at all times. We must multitask, never sleep, always dream, bring home the results, and always be thin and beautiful and have the most perfect body mass index ever. And while there is glory in all of that, there is also the danger of everyone becoming one, of becoming each other in irreversible memes, in sort of a really bad way that destroys the individual in favor of the mass. If you want to be unique, you cannot be everywhere at the same time, and ubiquity is earned in copies and in impressions and in impressums. For example, this Human Meme podcast is everywhere. It gets distributed to a whole bunch of different directories where you can find it and listen to it as you wish in your own time. But the actual podcast file, the physical file, is only in one place, on one server. And even the Apple Podcast directory is just that, a directory. There are no files that are served from the Apple website. And so the Apple Podcast directory is really just a sophisticated redirection service that points listeners back to your original files. So yes, in theory, this Human Meme podcast appears everywhere and is ubiquitous, but it is unique in that only one physical podcast file exists officially. But that doesn't mean the original file and files have not been copied and redistributed by other people, exposed to other servers. And that makes this podcast even more ubiquitous, but not as unique. And this is the trick that we publishers, we content creators always have to play. Bad people are always out there stealing your stuff and replicating your content for their own dark, inhuman purposes. And they do that pretty much to make money off the work you provide for free as a service to other good people. And just so you know, the same thing is true, this theory of ubiquity, for my websites and my bowlesblogs.com blog. All my work is linked and available everywhere, all the time, but there is really supposed to be only one originating file, one story that exists. But I have learned the hard way. That doesn't mean someone else, some bad person, isn't always scraping my original content and republishing my work under their aegis, under their ad service and inside their servers. And there's really nothing you can do about it. It just happens. And yes, these nasty content thieves are a problem that really hurts your work, because you are no longer in control of the how and the when of your work appearing online. And these bad people can then take these copies of your work that they surreptitiously made, and they can even change the meaning and intention, and it's your voice, and you are the one on the hook, baby, who gets the blowback from those bad people and those listeners who have never experienced your original material in a frame and in a context of your own making. So, what then do we make of these everyday events? Let's get beyond the files and let's put away the publishing for a moment and the distribution. What do we make of everyday events that happen all day, every day, without pause or consideration? That is the true test of ubiquity against the unique. When you have people who complain every day, and who have the daily drama of the moment that lasts all day, and this gets amplified by other places, the original complaint becomes a bullhorn. And when you have leaders who are always mocking people and yelling and trying to get attention, trying to get you to look one way and not the other, well, that gets old really fast, especially in the duplication and the amplification. And you, as the original observer, become emotionally spent and humanly hollowed out. And that is the point of their pointless spite. To wear on you, to drain your good intentions by overwhelming you with ubiquity. And they want to press their toxic poison into the mainstream mindset. And this poison they spew is everywhere. Their outrage is no longer unique. And so you slowly begin to tune them out. You've heard it all before. You're bored. You have better things to do. And that, my human being friend, is right when they strike. And right when their true intentions become clearer and crueler. In dulling you, in lulling you into ubiquity, you are no longer able to discern or separate the truth from the fact or the lie from the chaff. It all seamlessly blends into each other, one scream after the next, all forming this one big ganglion lie, from which there is no escape, ever, and no respite, ever. So, how can we prevent everyone from becoming the same and being dulled by imitation? We can begin by demanding a unique experience. We can call out those who tempt us with sameness. We can create our own unique experiences that appear only within us and never without us. We get there through perseverance and by publishing our private thoughts. In this changeling definition of us, we become our own saviors, full of delight and spark, hopeful that we are awake, and always aware and determined that we know what is really going on around us. We can make it known, above the din and above the amplification, that we are paying attention. We create our own reliable but unique reality. You want to know what's happening in the world? Come to us. We are paying attention, and we know. And we will always have fresh meaning and a spirited defense against the dull. darkness. And yes, that is a mighty responsibility to be the guardian of a somnambulist society. But that is the price we must pay, to be an alert warning against the ordinary deception and the spiritually disheveled. We can fight back as a beacon that becomes us, the us of us, and in that mighty fight for truth in humanity, we will win the day, with a special place in history that means something beyond the pathway and propels us up into the heavens. With the faith and the full knowledge that not only did we fight and try, we fought and won. And the enemy of us, the ubiquity of misery, was defeated with a unique mind and our own peculiar tempering. Won the moment, awash in the waning light. Thank you for listening. Be a human meme.